Hi folks, I'm Craig Taylor, and as always a huge thanks for joining me here on my YouTube channel, the Bushcraft Padawan, and thank you for joining me in this week's Thursday's Thought. When I first started out doing this bushcrafting thing, or whatever it is that you want to call it, there were some skills and knowledge that I fully expected to pick up and learn and acquire along the way. There were some skills and knowledge that I've picked up that I hadn't expected to pick up, but actually with the value of reflection, they're kind of obvious. You kind of understand why you would acquire them if you were getting into this whole bushcrafting, or whatever you want to call it, type of world. But I've also discovered a sort of third area that I'm calling the unexpected benefits or unexpected side effects of bushcrafting, and that's what I want to share with you in this video. A couple of weeks ago I was out doing one of my all-dayers in the woods. I linked to it in the top right hand corner of your screen, and I was walking from the point where I'd sort of set my camp up to an area where I knew there were a lot of silver birch trees. I was going to get some bark and some thin silver birch twigs to start a fire with, and whilst I was on my way there I saw a tree stump that was completely and utterly covered in the most magnificently green moss that I've ever seen. It was so green that it looked artificial, but it wasn't. And on the top of that tree stump were some acorns or some sort of seed nuts that a squirrel had clearly been devouring. He'd had a very posh, elegant dining table. And I stopped and I took a closer look and I took a photograph of it. And I shared that photograph on Twitter, and you can see the comment on the screen now. And it was interesting that as I was sort of composing that tweet, as I was putting that message out there, what I realised was that if I'd rewind the clock 2 or 3 years, 4 or 5 years, I would have just walked straight past that tree stump. I wouldn't have noticed it. I'd have been looking at where I was going, I'd have been thinking about what I was going to go and do, and I would have completely missed that tree stump. One of the hidden side effects, one of the hidden benefits for me of bushcrafting is that it has forced me, and it is forcing me, to slow down, to take in more of the things that I see around me, to not be as focused on the end goal as I am, quite literally on that occasion, the route getting there, the journey getting there. It sounds quite cliched, it's not the destination, it's the journey, and that can be taken holistically, or it can be taken very practically. On this occasion it was a very practical application of that. It's not the destination, it's the journey that counts. So I just wanted to share that with you. For me, there are some obvious benefits of bushcrafting, there are some less obvious benefits of bushcrafting, and then there are some hidden benefits that you perhaps in a million years wouldn't think about. And for me, it's caused me and forced me to slow right down in what I'm doing. But I'm interested in you, I'm interested in your thoughts on this. Have you seen, felt, or experienced any hidden side effects, hidden benefits to your outdoor life, to your bushcrafting, or whatever you want to call it? Do please let me know in the comments below. I'm really enjoying doing these Thursday Thought videos. It allows me to kind of get my thoughts out, but more importantly, it's a really great insight into how other people perceive exactly the same question that I'm asking. What have you picked up as being a hidden benefit or a hidden side effect of bushcrafting? Thanks as always for watching the video. Really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to do so. Like, share, subscribe, all of the usual things I ask you to do at the end of the video. It'd be great if you could do it, or share it, or like it, whatever it is. Thank you ever so much for your time. Really appreciate it, and I'll see you very shortly in the next video. Cheers.